Now let's talk about some string operations, and the first thing that we're going to talk about is indexing. We can access each character in a string through indexing, and string indexes are numbered from left starting with 0. The general form is a string followed by a set of square brackets and an expression in the brackets, where the value of expression or expr determines which character is selected from the string. We can index from the right side using negative indexes as well. And then here's a string, hello Bob, and then here how the characters of the string is indexed from left to right, starting from 0. In a string of n characters, the last character is at position n minus 1 since we start counting with 0. And here are some examples. So we have a string variable s that is set to hello Bob, and then accessing s of 0 will return age, and s1 will return e, and s8 will return b, lowercase b, as you can compare from here, and s9 will return an error because we don't have an index 9 here. So an s negative 1 will return b as well. So starting from negative indexing, this is negative 1, this is negative 2, this is negative 3, and the age is negative 9. And negative 3 will return capital B. Now let's talk about slicing. Indexing returns a string containing a single character from a larger string. We can also access a contiguous sequence of characters called a substring through a process called slicing. And then the syntax of slicing is a string followed by, again, a set of square brackets and a start and end value separated by a colon. So here start and end should be both ints. The slice contains the substring beginning at position start and runs up to but does not include the end position. And if either expression is missing or exceeds the actual indexes in either sides, then the start or the end of the string are used. So here's an example. So S is set to hello Bob, and then 2 to 4 will return LL. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Notice here that the 2 is included, 3 is included, but 4 is not included in the slicing. Here's another example. 1 to 5 will return LO, and only 5, so this is basically says from the beginning or from 0 to 5 will return hello. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the space. And then 9 to 10, notice that it goes from 0 to 8. Neither 9 nor 10 exist in the indexing. In that case, it will return an empty string. And then here again, 6 to the end basically returns Bob. And finally, if both values are missing from the either both sides of the column, this time it will return the entire string. So let's see some examples in the Python shell. So first, let's run the Python from the terminal, and I'm going to say Python 3 and hit enter. And then here's my Python shell open and I'm ready to take any commands. So first thing I want to do is I want to create a string called s. For simplicity, I'm gonna use a single letter, and I'm gonna say golden state. Here you go. Now let's do some indexing. First, if you call s, you will return golden state, and if you print, you will return golden state. The difference between those two is the string is in quotes, what is printed is not in quotes. Okay, so first thing I want to do is let's index 0. Let's see what happens. And I will only return G. Let's say S and randomly 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so 5 will return N, and 7 will return capital S. 11 S, let's do 10 first. 10 will return the T, and 11 will return E, and then 12. And just know that the length of the string is 12. Indexing 12 will return an error called index error. So string index out of range. So this is how you can index. And now let's do some slicing. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to slice from, let's say, 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll get golden. Okay. I could do the same thing with just colon 6 and also return golden. And notice that slicing or substringing will create and return a new string from the actual one. So it won't change the actual string. So S will stay the same, but the substring will return a new string. So more examples I can do S, and you can say, and then this was 6 and this is 7. Let's say 7 to the end will return the state. So you can do more examples on this and create new strings and try to see how slicing work. And then one last thing I want to do is I want to say, what if I have nothing in both sides of the column? You'll return the entire string again without making any changes. Alright, here's an example. Let's call this river, or R for short. I'm gonna name this, oops, Mississippi. Alright, so Mississippi, let's say R and 0 and R, just a random few examples. I can do 3 to 6. Let's see what happens. And I'm going out of the thing. Okay, here we go. So again, R and 5 to end CP, and R dot, and this time I want to say 6 to end. Alright, I already did that. So start to 6 misses. Alright, so this is a quick demonstration of how you can do indexing and slicing.